The HTC One grabbed our hearts earlier this year with its exquisite aluminum design, powerful processor, and experimental ultra-pixel camera. But now there's a new kid on the block, the LG G2. The device features a larger display, it's got a more ambitious camera, and also the latest Snapdragon 800 chip on board. But is it enough to challenge the aluminum HTC One, as the LG G2 is only made out of polycarbonate? Now, it's time to find out. This is Victor with PhoneArena with a comparison between the HTC One and the LG G2. The LG G2 is polycarbonate, the HTC One is aluminum. We prefer aluminum, but LG has done a tremendously good job with the ergonomics of the G2. Its curved back fits in the hand more comfortably, and having the buttons on the back is great. Still, looking at build quality, the HTC One feels monolithic, more trustworthy with its aluminum unibody. Size-wise, the two devices are very similar. The HTC One is a bit smaller, but the difference is barely noticeable. In both cases, single-handed operations is quite a stretch. The LG G2 has a 5.2-inch screen with almost zero bezel, while the HTC One only features a 4.7-inch display. Luckily, the two are among the best we've seen in a smartphone. Both are extremely sharp and crisp at 1080p, and both screens have impressive, very lively colors. The two displays are very bright, and while brightness does not make much of a difference indoors, outdoors it allows for both displays to be easy to use, putting less strain on the eyes. Viewing angles are also good on both. Now, Android 4.22 Jelly Bean is what powers the two handsets, but it looks very different on each one of them. The G2 uses LG's custom skin with colorful, playful, a bit childish visuals where nearly everything is animated, while the HTC One features Sense 5.0 with more streamlined, modern looks. Overall, LG's skin feels a bit more practical. Everything is within easy reach. You have all needed toggles in the notification shade, the brightness slider is there, and the volume options are also in the notification shade. The app drawer can display 5 icon grids to fit more content, and you don't have apps like Blink Feed forced onto you. HTC, on the other hand, tends to bury oft-used functions deep in the menus. Try finding the brightness setting. LG has the neat Q-Slide apps that appear on top of what you are already doing, and that's a great multitasking tool. The phone books on both devices are rich in options and conveniently support swiping between various tabs. The pair are also a good option for heavy texters. LG's keyboard features large, well-spaced keys, and we found typing on it easy and accurate. HTC also has large letters in its keyboard, but they lack the space between them and are all of the same color. All these things contribute to a bit of a confusing feel, and we found ourselves typing slower and liking HTC's solution less. The two devices also feature infrared sensors baked in. With the HTC One, you can control your TV, and the LG G2 offers even more versatility and puts the IR beamer to use with all sorts of electronics, including TVs, air conditioners, and so on. Arriving nearly half a year after the One, the LG G2 has gotten a faster and more powerful system chip. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 chip in the G2 is not a step, it's a leap ahead the Snapdragon 600 infused HTC One. Now, both are quad-core chips, but the 800 features a faster 2.2 GHz processor. The G2 is also the better device for gaming. It comes with the new Adreno 330 graphics chip that supports all latest games at maximum detail. The G2 has doubled the internal storage, 32 gigs against 16 gigabytes on the HTC One. There are no microSD cards on both, so unfortunately you cannot expand the existing storage. The two phones support 4G LTE connectivity and dual-channel Wi-Fi. Browsing is quick and scrolling around works flawlessly. The G2 features a 13-megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization and some unique features. Some of those are manual focus and multiple focal points. The HTC One, on the other hand, has a 4-megapixel camera that also supports OIS and also has some unique functionality like Zoe and highlight reels. So which one is better? Now, both are very quick to start, but differ a lot. LG caters to the masses with a focus on shooting modes like beauty shot, macro, panorama, and so on that make capturing images very straightforward and easy to even newbie photographers. Aside from that, there are fine settings that experienced photographers can play with on both devices. You can adjust white balance, ISO, timer, filters, but there is a difference in the way you do so. In HTC's interface, everything is hidden in a long vertical list of menus and submenus, and it's a struggle to find. LG, on the other hand, uses large, easy to find and press buttons for everything, and it's extremely intuitive. Good job, LG. Good news is that the LG G2 delivers superb image quality. Pictures are incredibly sharp and crisp, with lots of fine detail that you won't find on the HTC One. Both devices capture lively and true-to-life colors in most situations, but the G2 is more consistent with its performance. Indoors, where light gets scarce, the difference between the two grows larger. The LG G2 captures much better images, preserving the life and colors against bluish images on the One. Now, video recording is another win for the LG G2. The captured footage is extremely crisp and detailed on the G2, while footage from the HTC One looks a bit dull. Now, finally, the two handsets also feature 2-megapixel front-facing cameras, capturing up to 1080p video, but their main use would mostly be limited to video conferencing. With amazing displays, the LG G2 and the HTC One are great devices for enjoying videos, images, and music on the go. Both feature a preloaded video player that plays back all formats with Twilio at even 1080p without a hitch. Sound output on the LG G2 is very loud and sufficiently good for casual use. The HTC One, on the other hand, is in a league of its own with deeper, rich stereo sound coming from the front-facing speakers. It's a joy to listen to. Next, call quality is good on both devices, but better and cleaner on the LG G2. Both devices feature noise cancellation technique that would filter side noises nicely. One thing we definitely like in the G2 is its large 3000 mAh battery. The HTC One in comparison only has a 2300 mAh juicer. This gives the G2 an edge as it would easily last you through a day of full use and into the second, while the HTC One has a bit shorter single charge longevity. The HTC One has aged nicely. It still features that elusive aluminum unibody, solid and exquisite design. It also has a powerful chip and still runs lag-free Android experience. But on the other hand, LG G2 just brings too much to the table. It has a larger, extremely crisp and vivid 5.2-inch display, a snappy processor, and its biggest trump card, the 13-megapixel optical image stabilized camera that just blows the camera on the HTC One in most aspects. That is why, even despite its nicely aging looks, we'd still recommend the LG G2 for its speed and performance. For a deeper comparison between the two devices, make sure to check out PhoneArena.com. Thanks for watching.